All right, everybody, welcome back. Some more beekeeping here at Sentinel Pines. We got a busy day today. We're going to do a test. We're going to start feeding the bees, and I kind of want to do just a nice check on them. Yeah, so let's get started. I really packed this smoker full this time, full of debris that I raked up from the yard, because I knew I'd be out here for a while, and the bottom box seems to be the box that gets me in trouble with stings. So I really packed this sucker full today, and yeah, we're really gonna use a lot of smoke, I think, today. So yeah, we got to fill this bad boy back up today, and we got to run a mite check and all that stuff. So last time I think I talked to everybody about my county fair experience, which was great. I got, people are turning around in my driveway all the dang time. Random people. It used to never bother me, but lately it's been bothering me. Anyways, we went to the fair last week and had a lot of fun there. And I learned about something that I guess I always knew about, but learned again about, that I kind of wanted to talk to everybody about. So I keep learning things about like the drones and everything. Oh, and I got to talk about my honey from last time too. Let's start with that. All right, so last time we went here and we scraped off some honey, and I was gonna try to film my wife and I consuming it for the first time so that I could show our reactions, but holy cannoli. Maybe it's because of all the hard work that goes into it, coming out here and doing this all the time, but if that wasn't some of the best tasting honey I've ever had. So good. I don't know what it is about it, but it just tastes better. Okay, so one thing we're going to do today is we are going to be swapping around some of these frames from the top box, just to encourage more honey distribution. Just going to keep smoking, everybody. Just keep smoking. Yeah, just to encourage more honey distribution up here, and frame working, because they're really only using like the first 3 frames. I'm not even going to pull some of these out. I can tell just by looking at them that they are not getting worked. I also switched up the camera angle so that hopefully you guys could see what's going on in the hive a little bit better. So yeah, tell me how you like it. I've been doing this horizontal landscape view for the past couple of videos, but I was started in vertical view because I wasn't posting them to YouTube when I started. But now that I'm posting them to YouTube, I'm wondering if some people are watching them on their TVs or their laptops and stuff like that. Okay, so this is frame number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 on the interior here. I can see they are making it with some honey. Okay, so hopefully you can see that pretty good. This one is the one that I scraped some off of last time. And you can see that that's all honey. And if I spin it around, I know it's very hard for you guys to see it from where you're at, but this right here was the part that I scraped honey off of, and they've already combed that back out to get ready to put in more honey. So it's incredible how quickly they work. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this one all the way out. Now I'm going to move this one to the exterior wall. Not all the way to the exterior, but onto the outside wall. I'm going to try to do it quickly. We'll probably do the same thing with the next one. I'm going to put it right here. And I only say quickly because I don't want it to settle too much on that edge that I was leaning it on, so that I inadvertently uncap more honey. I don't want them to spend too much time redoing the things that I've damaged. Okay, cool. This is frame number 6. This one will probably, do the opposite, because like I can see 1, 2, 3 frames over here are barely touched. Bees are on them, but they're just barely touched. So we'll pull this one out. You guys can take a look. Pretty much fully decked in honey. It's hard to tell if this is honey or if this is something else, like brood or pollen, because it's capped, but it's not white capped. And normally the white capping, like you see over here, that's honey. Yeah. I'm not even really like concerned about there being a queen, being my queen Regina on these, because they have no brood on them. All right, we're going to keep smoking. My family's got me all worried about stings. Everyone's reminding me, like, your reaction gets worse and worse. But I'll tell you what, last week I got stung on my hand and in my ear, and those stings healed up in just a few days. So maybe I'm a superhuman. Would not be surprised. Okay, so we're pretty much done with this box. I'm going to move this frame over. All these frames are pretty much empty. There's bees on them, but they are empty. We're going to put frame 6 right there. That's just my tool. Okay, and now you may be thinking to yourself, well, Sarkis, we got to test bees for mites. Why aren't you collecting any of these bees? Remember, you want to collect bees off of brood. Why? Pause the video, answer that question. Why do you want to collect it off brood? Just kidding. Okay, the reason you want to collect it off brood is because the mites, their eggs get laid in the brood. Okay? So before you're even born as a bee, a mite egg will be on you. And you will emerge from the egg with the mite attached to you. So we test brood because the first job you have when you come out, your first job is a nursery a nursery bee. You're going to be you're going to be taking care of other bees that are coming out. So the newest additions to the hive are working in the nurseries. Therefore, if you have mites on you as a newborn, the best place to find you is in the nursery. So, first box is done. Into the second box. Ooh. Did not almost drop that, but did pinch my finger on that one. Okay, we're going to continue smoking. Now, we may find a good brood frame in this box. We shall see. We're really not going to do any more rearranging. I was getting stung last time, so I was working quickly, so I lost quite a few bees here on the outside, which is a bummer, but what you gonna do? So yeah, so newbies, they have the mites on them. I mean, you're gonna be an older bee and you're gonna have mites on you too, but just if you're gonna test, you might as well test the area that has the highest quality. I almost started going into going into the next box without even really going into this one. So this one I can see bees and comb and everything on pretty much every frame. So I'm probably going to spend some time in this box. But look at that. That is pretty much all honey as well. At least on that side. This side we've got some pollen and some honey. We got some drones flying around. They're not really, well, they aren't really flying around and they're scooting around. Not really any brood yet on this frame. I'm going to set you over here. That way you just have less of a risk of me kicking you. Look at how active they are. Yeah, pack this smoker full of stuff, let it burn for a while, got it nice and hot. I think it should last us the whole day. I don't really have trouble with them staying lit. You know, like when I go into it at the end, there's pretty much no fuel left in it. Okay, so this does not look like brood. This looks like capped pollen and honey. Although that looks like some brood on this side. Not a lot though. We'll keep looking. We'll keep going. Not a great frame. So put that one back. Oh, there is a hornet that's getting in there. Looked like they attacked him though. I'm just being mindful. I don't want to crush anybody if I don't have to. And again, I've found that if you move slowly when moving the frames around, they tend to get out of the way. Because of why? The bee space. Space gets too small, they get out of the way. So now we're just looking for, this looks like a good one for brood. I can see a brood, I can see caps. So this is number 3 or 2. That looks like pollen in there though. You okay, girl? You don't need to sting me. This one looks like it would be okay. So that was 3, technically 2 of what's remaining, but I'll call it 3. 1 is on the ground. Ooh, this one's really light. Nothing really going on. She's laying though. These are eggs. So I'm just going to take a minute to look around for her. Haven't seen her in a month. These are eggs getting ready for winter. Some hornets buzzing around. If I could, I'd be whacking at them right now. My mentor was like, "Your hive must be kicking butt," when I told him that I had 4 deeps. That's what you call this kind of a box, because it's so deep. And I said I have 4 deeps going. He was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, you're doing great. You got a very strong hive." He said that I'll probably split this possibly 3 times next year. Splitting just means that we're literally splitting up the hive and creating new hives from the splits. See, now this looks like mostly packed pollen. Fresh comb on this side, getting packed full of honey. Okay, see, there's a wasp. Almost got him. What the wasps do is they go in and they eat up the honey and the nectar. Okay, now luckily, this hive's doing so well, I don't think I have to worry about the wasps that are getting in. Some wasps are literally getting in because I'm going into it right now. Like there's wasps hanging around and they're going in as I am. Okay, this is also super light, fairly empty frames. I think 3 is my favorite one so far as brood potential. Again, I'm just doing a skim and scan for her. I think in the future I'd like to mark my queens because at the county fair, the hive that we were using to demonstrate or to show everybody a hive, that had a marked queen. And let me tell you, it was way easier to find her. Granted, there were only 3 frames to look on, and there was a plexiglass window so I could look at the frames just the whole time still. Yeah, get stung on the earlobe once, everybody. That's a great feeling. And like the feeling of your ear for the next 4 days, also just phenomenal. Love it. Not itchy at all, not swollen at all. Of course, I'm joking. It was very swollen, very itchy. I got it on my hand too. I got stung on my hand, and that was the one that actually in the video I'm showing you how to scrape off. That one I did not get, which is kind of funny. I did get the others that I was stung probably 3 or 4 times that day. I did get the other ones, just the earlobe and the wrist. And actually the earlobe happened after I was done shooting. I came out here with my um I came out here just to grab like my phone case or something off of the table in the barn, and they were still very PO'd at me, and they came after me. Like I was getting chased that day. It was kind of funny. I mean, I did take honey from them, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, I wasn't wearing anything, and I got it. Okay, I like this frame too. It looks like there are things hatching and that she's come back over and laid in here. So this looks like a nursery frame. So this is 9 in box 3. So frame 3 and frame 9 are my favorites so far from box 3. We're still going to check the other boxes though. And then as we're putting the hive back together, we'll make note of which one we're going to grab. Right now, box 3 is probably a little bit better than that one. So we'll do that. Some honey on this one, some pollen. Honey, well, nectar really, nectar, some pollen. So it does seem like they are learning to do honey and nectar towards the top, which is good. Okay, box 3, frame 3. You're our favorite so far. We're going to go into box 2, though. We're going to see what's up in there. Out of the way, everybody. Get out of the way. So, yeah. But there's nothing really for them to eat out there right now. So that's why we have to refill our syrup jar. We'll probably do that at the very end of the day. Excuse me. And then we'll probably be feeding them the rest of the year. It's pretty good. Cool, cool. All right. Box number 3. Let's go. I already pried it, but let's just try it again. My mentor was like, test the weight of your hive. Can you lift your hive with your finger? And I was like, what? He's like, just try to lift it. And I'm like, there's no way. There's literally no way I could do that. I don't even have to test it. I know that I can't do that. And he's like, that's great. So yeah, we're doing good. A lot of it is because of him and honestly my beekeeping association. So if you're interested in doing this, you need to become a member of your local association. There is easily one around. So just Google, find it, get in. Ooh, I scraped open some drones there. Whoopsies. Don't worry, they'll just eat them. Everyone will be happy. It's just drones. It's just drones. Oh, I was going to talk about something. Okay, so here's the thing I wanted to tell everybody about. So, when a queen bee lays an egg, she can choose to lay a fertilized egg, or an unfertilized egg. Okay, if she chooses to lay a fertilized egg, it will be a female. Okay, if she chooses to lay an unfertilized egg, it will be a drone. So, therefore, a drone will not have a father, but a drone will have a grandfather. So the queen's father, right, because she came from a fertilized egg, will be the drone's grandfather. But the drone will not have its own father. Isn't that crazy? Okay, this one looks like it could be, but like everything is capped. Yeah, this would be a good one. So box 2, frame 2 looks like a solid choice. Almost better than box 3, frame 3. So right now this is our winner. Get out of the way. Box 2, frame 2. Best one so far. And this one doesn't have much going on it. Decent amount. She's got some eggs in here. Yep, she's doing okay. I wish I could spot her. But the fact that we're seeing eggs getting laid, and I have not really seen any queen cones. I saw a practice one there on this frame. How people come out to hives with like nothing on, I have no idea. No idea. A lot of drones on this one, some pollen on this one. I'm gonna try to move a little quicker, everybody. We're doing okay, but we got lots of other tasks we got to get to. So box 2, frame 2 is looking good. This one looks like freshly laid, or like pupae level. Not a lot of capped brood, and you want capped brood. So we're gonna keep on moving. So box 2, frame 2 is our winner right now. See, this is capped brood. This is a good one. But this has more uncapped than capped, and box 2, frame 2 has more capped than uncapped brood. So I tend to like that one a little more. Just looking for Regina. Not seeing her. That's okay. Get out of the way, ladies. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Thank you. Keep her moving. I do see lots of bees with pollen baskets on. That's when the pollen gets all logged up on their legs. And they are stuffing pollen into the empty cells on this one. So that's good. It's good to know that they are collecting something out there. There's lots of goldenrod coming out right now. And they tend to get a lot of pollen from goldenrod, as you might expect. So the goldenrod last year was crazy. This year it doesn't look too crazy, but it's still early. Whoa. Some practice queen cells, a few actually, 4 or 5 on that one, but all practice ones, nothing in them. All just for fun. That one looks okay for brood too, but I still like number 2 the most. And now we're just looking at these mostly just to see what's going on them. I'm also kind of looking to see, like, are they still making queens? They made that queen a while back. Made a couple of queens a while back. I scraped off 2. This looks like it's mostly drone, a little bit of brood. Not a whole lot going on this one, which is just fine. Look out. Get out of the way. Nope, don't go in there. Thank you. Tons of propolis. I mean, that's been the case for quite a while, but it's like it's gooey in some spots. It's crazy. Like right there, it's like literally dripping. All right, this one's got tons of pollen in it. Cool, cool. Some honey, pollen. Okay, so right now, box 2, frame 2 is our favorite for testing mites. And we'll come back into it in a little bit here after we look into box 1. I did not charge the battery of my microphone, so I did put it on the charger a little bit before. Now, I did like 2 or 3 videos last time before the battery died, so my hope is that we're still going strong. I can test that by looking at the microphone. If the green light is going, it's on, which it is.